Hello and welcome to Module 11 of Part 1 of the Cōnsilium Aquīs Sulis course on ETCS. This module covers ETCS level transitions and explains the following subjects: session management, level transition orders and announcements, conditional level transition orders and announcements, acknowledgement of level transitions, driver-initiated transitions. Before transitioning to ETCS Level 2, an onboard unit must establish a communication session with the applicable radio block centre. This is typically instructed by a Belize group on the approach to the Level 2 area containing session management information. On reading the Belize group, the onboard unit attempts to establish a safe radio connection with the RBC in accordance with the Euro radio protocol. It will attempt to do this up to 3 times with a 15-second delay between repetitions. Having established a safe radio connection, the onboard unit initiates a communication session with the RBC. The RBC responds to the initiation of communication session by reporting the ETCS system version that it is using. If the onboard unit supports the system version, it sends a session established message to the RBC. Otherwise, it reports no compatible version supported. If there are diverging routes on the approach to the Level 2 area, a train reading a session management Belize group may not enter the area. In such cases, additional session management Belises are needed to terminate communication sessions of trains diverted away from the Level 2 area. Sessions with the RBC are also terminated on transitioning out of ETCS Level 2 after reporting the new level to the RBC. ETCS level transition orders are transmitted to onboard units by Belize groups at transition boundaries. The transition order instructs the onboard units to transition to the ETCS levels applicable beyond the boundary. The transition may contain a prioritised list of ETCS levels or a single level. ETCS level transition announcements are often sent by Belize Group or RBC to onboard units on the approach to a level transition boundary. These give drivers early warning of the transition and may also specify a window in which to acknowledge it before the boundary. Both the transition order and announcement can instigate a level transition in an onboard unit on passing the transition boundary. A conditional level transition order only instigates a change in level if the onboard unit's current level is not in the prioritised list of ETCS levels. Conditional level transition announcements can be configured in the same way as normal level transition announcements. Transitions to ETCS Level 0 require driver acknowledgement as they entail a reduction in ETCS supervision. Transitions to or from ETCS Level National Train Control also require driver acknowledgement due to the changing supervision. If an acknowledgement window is defined by a level transition announcement, then the driver can acknowledge the transition within that window. If a driver fails to acknowledge before or within 5 seconds of passing the transition border, then the onboard unit commands service brake application. Service brakes are also applied if a driver fails to acknowledge a transition within 5 seconds of receipt of an order to switch immediately to a new level. As well as being instructed by the ETCS trackside, level transitions can also be instigated by drivers of trains at a standstill. If transitioning into ETCS Level 2, the onboard unit also establishes a communication session with the applicable RBC. If transitioning out of ETCS Level 2, the onboard unit reports the new level to the RBC, then terminates the session. In summary, an ETCS onboard unit must establish a communication session with a radio block centre before entering a Level 2 area. Level transition order Belize groups are placed at level transition boundaries and often preceded by level transition announcements. Level transition orders and announcements can contain a prioritised list of more than one level. Transitions into Level 0 into and out of Level National Train Control (NTC) require driver acknowledgement before or within 5 seconds of transitioning. Conditional level transition orders and announcements allow a train to remain in its current level if this appears in the prioritised list. Drivers can also instigate level transitions manually on trains that are at a standstill.